Okay, so all the crankcase bolts are in. They're all tightened down. Next thing to do is start building the sides. I normally put this in first, then the gear change shaft, clutch, etc, etc. Build this one side up first, then we'll spin it round and do the other side. So the next thing I do is put this little thing in. Absolute nightmare, because this will have been apart in your little plastic bags. You can see in there, inside here is a spring, then there's a plunger, and then that pivots on these 2 points here. So it allows the gear change selector to stay in gear. So when you build it back, you can put these pawls, if that's what they're called, in the wrong way round. You want it so the back is flush. You stand a 50-50 chance of getting it right, and you will get finger cramp when you put these in and try and hold them all together, then load the other side up. But I've put this tie wrap on so I can show you. So I'll now cut this off. When this goes back in, incidentally, you want it that way round, so the larger amount of teeth are to the back of the engine, those are to the front. So hopefully I can cut this tie wrap off. Without them flicking out. You've got to hold them together to get it in. Straight onto there and in. As you can see, as it rotates, which I don't think you can, it locks into place with those two little clips. So if you can see that, I'll just flick it back a bit and you'll hear it click in. There. So what we need to do is put the securing plates on with nice new screws, which need a little bit of Loctite on. I need some new Loctite. Okay, just a blob. Just enough to hold it in place without tightening up too tight. These retaining plates hold the shafts in position that your gear selector forks are on. There's one there and there's one there. It also, with a tang on it, it also keeps the drum in place as well. And definitely do put, you'll see also that the countersink on the screw centralizes in the countersink on this plate, so it holds it all and centers it all up nicely. But don't forget to put Loctite on. And then just nip them all up. And then check that this does rotate. If it doesn't, you've put these pawls in the wrong way round. Next thing is the gear selector shaft. That's the thing that your gear lever actually attaches to. Give it a waddle and put it in. Now, you need to squeeze these two pawls down so you can get that so it's central. Because, the other thing to mention is make sure that those two legs on the spring are either side of that when it goes in. Then you're going to make sure that that is centralized in there. So I'll show you in a second. I can't do it with there. Okay, so spring arms or legs either side of that, and then this wants to be equal. I don't know if you can see if I move it in a bit closer. So hang on, I've got it on a tripod so it's hard work. So can you see that? That's in the middle. Very important, or else it's going to alter your gears. You're not going to be able to get some. So absolutely centralized. The center of this has to be in the center of that. There you go, that's better. So just count the teeth, make sure it's in the center.